The night of October 31st horror film Nebula Terror.
Ever wondered where the true horror lies on Halloween night? Our tale begins over 2,000 years ago with the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, when the veil between the realms of the living and the dead was believed to thin. As the leaves fell and the cold winds of winter began to bite, the Celts would light bonfires and don costumes made from animal heads and skins to ward off any wandering spirits. Little did they know, they were setting the stage for the modern Halloween tradition and its associated frights. Yet as we delve deeper into the murky origins of this macabre holiday, we find that Halloween's true terror lies not in the spirits of the dead, but in a more malevolent presence. A sinister entity, known only as CLOWNEEN, is said to roam the streets on the night of October 31st, bringing with it a fear that chills to the bone. CLOWNEEN, a term derived from the Irish words clown and een, meaning night, is no ordinary creature of the night. This entity is not content to simply scare or startle. No, CLOWNEEN seeks to twist the joy and revelry of Halloween into a night of unspeakable horror. Its grotesque painted face and distorted, laughter-filled cackles echo through the night, serving as a haunting reminder of the true darkness that Halloween can hold. Over the centuries, tales of CLOWNEEN have been passed down, whispered from one generation to the next, each story more chilling than the last, painting a picture of a being that embodies the very essence of fear. From its blood-red smile to its cold, lifeless eyes, CLOWNEEN is a specter that looms large in the shadows of Halloween night, turning what should be a night of fun and fright into a terrifying ordeal. So, as you prepare to celebrate this ancient holiday, remember the unsettling origins of Halloween. Remember the ancient Celts who first lit the bonfires and donned their masks, and remember CLOWNEEN, the sinister entity that lurks in the darkness. The unsettling origins of Halloween may just be the beginning of the terror that unfolds on this night. The legend of CLOWNEEN, the entity that haunts Halloween night, is a tale spun from pure nightmare. CLOWNEEN, a name that sends shivers down the spine, is said to emerge from the shadows on the eve of All Hallows. Its form is a grotesque parody of a jester, a clown in its most horrific state, its laughter echoing through the night like the tolling of a death bell. As the tale goes, CLOWNEEN was not always a creature of the dark. It was once a man, a jester who loved to make people laugh, but a cruel twist of fate on a fateful Halloween night transformed him into the monstrosity we now know as CLOWNEEN. The transformation was not an overnight affair. Each year, as the calendar turned to October, the jester found himself consumed by an insatiable need to terrify. His jokes became darker, his laughter more sinister, his appearance more terrifying, until one Halloween he was no longer a man but a nightmare personified. CLOWNEEN's presence is unmistakable. A chilling wind, a sudden drop in temperature, and then the laughter. A laugh that sounds like it's coming from everywhere and nowhere at once. Those who have crossed paths with CLOWNEEN speak of a paralyzing fear that grips them, a terror so profound that it leaves them unable to move, unable to scream. Yet, despite the fear it instills, there is a strange fascination with this entity. Perhaps it's the allure of the unknown, the thrill of the scare, or the allure of coming face to face with a legend. But one thing is certain, those who encounter CLOWNEEN are never the same again. Their lives become a testament to the terror that CLOWNEEN brings, a chilling reminder of the darkness that lurks within the night. CLOWNEEN, the embodiment of Halloween terror, lurks in the dark, waiting for its moment to strike. The tales of terror associated with CLOWNEEN are numerous, each more chilling than the last. Let's delve into the labyrinth of fear that CLOWNEEN has crafted over the years. There are countless stories, each one a haunting testament to the terror this entity brings on Halloween night. The first tale takes us back to a quiet town in the late 80s. A group of teenagers decided to challenge the legend of CLOWNEEN. Decked out in their Halloween costumes, they ventured into the woods, chanting CLOWNEEN's name. What was meant to be a thrilling dare quickly turned into a night of pure terror. By the morning, they were found in a state of sheer panic, their faces pale with fear. They spoke of a horrifying clown figure with a menacing laugh that echoed through the woods. This was their first and last encounter with CLOWNEEN. Fast forward a few years to the mid-90s, a tale of a young couple unfolded in a small city. They had recently moved into an old house. They laughed off the locals' warnings about CLOWNEEN. On the night of Halloween, however, their skepticism turned into dread. they reported a terrifying vision of a clown appearing and disappearing in their home, leaving a trail of chilling laughter and cold spots. They moved out the very next day, leaving behind the house and their disbelief in Clowneen. The turn of the millennium brought in yet another ghastly tale. A group of friends decided to host a Halloween party in an abandoned mansion. The party turned ghastly when they found one of their friends in a state of shock, whispering Clowneen's name. He claimed to have seen a horrifying clown in the mansion's mirror. The party ended abruptly, leaving behind a chilling tale of Clowneen's terror. These tales of terror serve as a grim reminder of the horror that Clowneen brings to Halloween. What if the horror of Clowneen is not just a tale, but a curse that haunts Halloween night? Imagine the chill that runs down your spine as the clock strikes midnight, marking the beginning of the scariest night of the year. You've heard the stories, the whispers of Clowneen's curse, a haunting specter that turns the night of trick-or-treat into a horrifying ordeal. The curse of Clowneen is no ordinary tale of terror. It's a chilling narrative that has been passed down through generations, each retelling adding another layer of dread. Theories and beliefs surrounding this curse are as numerous as they are terrifying. Some say that Clowneen was a jester in the medieval times who was unjustly executed on Halloween night for a crime he didn't commit. His vengeful spirit, they say, returns every Halloween night, seeking retribution. Others believe that Clowneen was once a mischievous spirit who loved to play pranks on the living. However, one fateful Halloween night, his antics went too far, resulting in a tragedy. As punishment, he was cursed to haunt the very night he once reveled in, transforming it into an evening of fear and dread. There's also a theory that suggests Clowneen's curse is actually a manifestation of collective fear, that our shared terror of the unknown, of things that go bump in the night, gives form to this spectral entity. That Clowneen is, in essence, a creature born of our own fears and anxieties. Regardless of the origins, one thing remains constant: the sense of unease that permeates the air as Halloween night draws near. The feeling of being watched, of shadows moving just out of sight, of laughter echoing from nowhere. It's as though the very fabric of reality warps on this night, allowing Clowneen to slip through and wreak havoc. So as you prepare your costumes and carve your pumpkins, remember the tale of Clowneen? Don't dismiss it as just another ghost story. After all, who's to say what lurks in the darkness, waiting for the clock to strike midnight? The curse of Clowneen, a haunting specter of horror that turns Halloween night into a nightmare. As the clock strikes midnight on October 31st, the night of true horror begins. The world is cloaked in an eerie blanket of darkness, pierced only by the gleam of jack-o'-lanterns and the distant echoes of laughter. But this is no ordinary night. Oh no. This, my friends, is the night when Clowneen is said to emerge from the shadows. Imagine, if you will, the crisp autumn air filled with the scent of fallen leaves and smoky bonfires. The once familiar streets now transformed into a labyrinth of your deepest fears, filled with the haunting whispers of Clowneen's name. Every rustle of the wind, every flicker of a candle, every shadow that dances in the corner of your eye, it all holds the potential for the unknown, for the terrifying. In the heart of the night, amidst the playful revelry, there exists a chilling undercurrent, a sense of anticipation that shivers down your spine, a feeling of dread, of suspense that leaves your heart pounding in your chest. The world holds its breath, waiting, watching, wondering, could the legends be true? Could the tales of terror be more than just stories? Each step you take, each door you knock upon, every trick or treat uttered could be your last. For somewhere out there in the darkened alleys and hidden corners, Clowneen lurks. A sinister figure, a ghostly presence, a living nightmare. The laughter may be plenty, the costumes may be many, but remember, amidst the fun and games, the terror of Clowneen is ever present. And so, as the laughter fades and the lights dim, the true horror of Halloween night comes to life. The night of October 31st is not just about candy and costumes, it's about the thrill of the scare, the chill of the unknown, the fear of what lurks in the shadows. As the night of October 31st descends, one can only hope to escape the terror of Clowneen.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Stay spooky, Nebula Terror.